Thursday.
So you know what that means. It's time for Shelly Live on VOCNation.com.
Hola, hola, hola. You are listening or watching Shelly Live here on VOC Nation. I am your hostess with the mostest, Shelly from Cali. I'm joined by my lovely co-host, Danny, California.
Hello, hello.
You got some wild hair going on.
I know, well, because it looks too flat, so I tried to make it kind of...
But I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It looks textury. I like that.
Yes, get the texture, all the texture.
So we have a really bad angle here. We got bad lighting. Sounds like Shelly Live, doesn't it?
Yep.
So once again, we switched the days on you guys. Sorry about that. You know what? I think... No. You need to come this way more. That's what it is. Just a wee bit. There you go.
Okay.
So... we had it on Tuesdays originally, right? And then we moved it to Wednesdays because Danielle was having every Wednesday off. And then, oopsie.
Yeah, let me go grab something real quick.
Okay. And then Danielle's work accommodated somebody who was being a big old baby, just saying. Not trying to be a bitch, but that's what's up. And so it messed up Danielle's schedule. It's been all over the place. So I told VOC Nation, you know what? Sometimes Danielle has Wednesdays off. Sometimes she has Mondays off. She has weekends off, but I don't want her weekends to have to be, unless we're doing like a custom shoot, podcast or anything like that. I want her to have her time. So I said, why not have them on Thursdays? So today is Wednesday, but tomorrow, Thursday, you'll be able to see this and or watch this. And thanks for sticking it out with us here.
Yeah.
Shelly Live. You get it?
Almost.
Shoot. So... I went to the good old liquor store a couple days ago, and I got some more vampire vodka. And when you guys see this, it'll definitely be Thirsty Thursday. So even though we're not going to do a whole presentation like we do on Wine Wednesday, or we did last Thursday for Thirsty Thursday because of time's sake, we do have the vodka, the vampire vodka. It is red.
Yes, it is quite red.
And when I was walking over here from the kitchen, I spilled some of it on my foot. And I was with Metal Jesus before coming in here, and I said, you want to take a shot? He was like, yeah. I said, I'm only going to do half, so I could do the other half on the show. And then when we cheers, I chugged it. I was like, what did I just do? So I poured...
Oh, I was wondering why I'm such a baby.
Yeah, a teeny, because I just literally took a full shot. So cheers to Thirsty Thursdays, the new day of Shelly Live coming to you. Cheers.
Cheers. Woo! So, like Shelly mentioned, it's red. You can probably see my lips are red too.
Do you want me to put it on your table for you?
Yeah. Got a little spillage here. Oh,
period.
It got my carpet, my white carpet that's doomed.
Well, it's more of a gray.
It's more like a light gray.
Sometimes it makes me feel like it's blue. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But anyways, so Danielle and I just got back with Minnie. We don't have the podcast dog with us. It's okay.
Oh,
She's
man.
having her dinner and doing all that. So we went to one of our favorite sushi places. And one of the funny things that keep happening in our lives is we keep living near our favorite sushi franchise. And we have two of them, but this one is the one that's been with us the longest. The other one has better portions in size. That's what she said. But when you're not looking to have a crazy sushi feast, and you are trying not to spend $100,
yeah, and you're still really hungry though.
But you're hungry, you get some good food. What's really cool, I feel, about the that sushi place, the more economical one, is because the rolls aren't as big. I feel like you kind of pick through more versus, I just ate 4 pieces of my favorite one and they're this big, and that's cool too. But then you're
that's
full.
Great. Yeah, you're totally full. Sometimes you're in the mood to just kind of sample,
and then the place that has the good portions, they have good prices too, but they don't have, correct me if I'm wrong, the salmon collar.
No, they don't. We are all about the salmon collar. It's a cooked thing, so I can understand why some places don't have it. I know Crave Sushi does.
Yeah, They
It's
do. And they
big.
have a real nice size one.
Yeah.
Real
It's like
nice.
a dinner plate almost.
And if you go during happy hour, it's really good priced. So we had a little sushi party with Min Min. Had to do a couple things. Just running around. Been a very, very busy day. But, it's just crazy. I keep talking about this on all my live streams and podcasts and this and that. But to just be 1000% real, I feel since about the summertime, last summer, I haven't been well. And it's just been getting worse and worse. And a big thing with that was Fred. His health was declining. I had a little pick me up when we first got Minnie, but then seeing Fred just declining more and more until he passed. I doesn't say finally passed. That sounds terrible, but when he passed, and then that opened up a whole other new can of worms for me. So it's just been really tough. And I was telling Danielle while we were eating, I've graduated from wanting to just cry and go to sleep to I just want to go to sleep. So I'm glad I don't have that feeling where I just want to cry.
Yeah.
Because it was almost felt like hormonal. Like, you fellas won't even know. You will never know. But it was like, the way I've been feeling is like, dude, I'm not where even, I'm not even near my period. So it's just been that bad. And then
Very
Danielle's
deep.
been going through so much.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just been like a really weird time here at Casa Martinez.
Yeah, dude. And last week I was quarantined in my own room. Oh, no, not last week. Was it last week?
Yeah.
It was.
Was it?
And I think it was a week before.
We didn't do a show last week.
It might have been the week before, because last week I went to brunch. Maybe it was. Oh. No, because I remember coming back to work that Wednesday. Okay, so 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Still not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty significant, though. And it was kind of nice to have time to myself and just cut the world off. That was pretty nice. And I have everything I need in here, which is great. And yeah, a little staycation.
I remember when we were out on the porch in the front yard and you were like, we were social distancing.
We sure would.
Which is so weird because I hear about it, but this was the first time I actually lived through it. Like, our good friend Brian Zombie, shout out, I remember it was sad. It was it New Year's or was it Christmas?
I think it was Christmas.
He was positive, right? Yeah. He was positive, and so he and his husband were in the same house, but he had to stay upstairs. And I told him,
because the other husband wasn't positive.
Yeah. And so I told him, I was like, well, at least like you're in the same house and like whatever. But he was like, no, like it's terrible. And now I know what he was talking about, because to me, I thought of it like, well, if that happened to me, it would make me feel at peace knowing that like Danielle and Metal Jesus are home, even though I can't really hang out, they're right there. So it would give me that sense of peace, like, oh, okay. But with Danielle, like, it was so weird, especially like social distancing in her own porch.
Yeah. Wearing a mask.
And then I remember Danielle was so happy and she smiled at me and she goes, I like being sick.
You know what? That's probably one of the highlights of the last 2 years of my life is being sick. And
so
yeah, it was nice. I really needed that time off from work and just to reset and just be away from people and their drama. And something that I forget that I do is I'm a very good customer service person, and when it comes to work relationships, friendships, I just try to be somebody who is helpful. And so a lot of times it's so draining. So it's nice to just kind of shut everyone out and just focus on me. Watch some fun stuff. That was great.
You gotta watch some Sex in the City.
Oh yeah, I bought a whole season and I watched it all.
That's awesome. Did you ever watch that Bettie Page video?
No, because I haven't set up my thingy yet.
Oh.
I want to watch it. I just haven't set up my DVD player.
It's really good. A recap. I don't think. Did I talk about this on here? I don't remember. Dude, I do so many live streams and things. I don't remember what I say what, but somewhere I had mentioned that when we first moved here, actually, I was having it was in the summertime. I was having a really rough, few weeks. It was very overwhelming. And it was so weird because I remember feeling like, why do I feel this way? I should be feeling happy because we moved into this awesome house, into this awesome neighborhood. You know, even though Fred was declining, he still was there. And I was very grateful for that. But it was just like, ah. And I just remember I was laying on the floor in my bedroom, and which I often do. I lay on the floor for my back. And me and Fred were just doing our thing. And it was real hot. And I was just like, I need to get back to the basics. And I just started thinking about when I used to shoot a lot of pinup stuff. And when I had my Bettie Page bangs and all this. And then I went on my phone and I started looking at Bettie Page photos because I was like, I want some inspiration. Like there's something that like I want to like maybe recreate or put my own spin on something. And the more I was diving into her photos, I was just like, man, there's just so much more I want to know. And then when I was going through all this content, there was a documentary rather, that was on YouTube. And something that stood out to me was that it said Bettie Page herself was narrating it. And so I thought that was really cool because there's so many times. Here's the thing, this is what I realized. I'm a sucker. Why am I a sucker? I believe people. And I take it too serious. Point in case, when I was in junior high, there was this boy, Robert, and he was my little buddy, and he was giving me these little balls that were white, and they were candies, and they were really good. And I remember I was like, what are these called? And he's like, they're called cum balls. I didn't know what cum was at junior high. Maybe some people do, like Robert, but I didn't. So when I was in class and Mr. Todd, my history teacher, tried to bust me for chewing gum, I said, it's not gum, it's cum balls. And he said, what? I said, it's not gum, it's cum balls. He's like, do you think your parents would appreciate you saying that? I was like, what? That's what they're called. And the whole, like a lot of the class was laughing. I was like dead serious because I believe this guy. Another point is when I was a little girl, one of my cousins, who is, no offense, but known as being a pathological liar in our family, he once told me that his family lived in the back house of my grandma's. So he once told me that he would throw carrots on top of their roof. So when Santa Claus came, the reindeers would eat it. And he told me he saw a reindeer eating the carrot. I believed him, and I talked about it like it was freaking like fact. I'm dumb. I believe what people say. So there's so many times I watched made-for-TV movies, documentaries, and all this, and I believe it because I'm like, oh, okay, like this is the facts. No, so it really impressed me that Bettie Page herself was narrating this movie or this documentary because yeah, you can still edit it how you want to, but it's still that person's words. And you can hear in their voice and how they sound when they're talking about these moments and all this. And it's so crazy because in that documentary, there's somebody talking, I forget who, about at the Playboy Mansion, there was a viewing of the Notorious Bettie Page, the movie that they made years ago. And the guy said, I don't know who he was, if he was like a photographer or what, but when they were interviewing him, he said that Bettie Page was getting mad at the movie and was yelling, lies, lies, that didn't happen, and all this. And it's so crazy because our friend Stacey Burke was one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends at that time. And when we were at a shoot with her a couple months back, I brought that up to her. And I brought up to her, like, oh, it was so cool that I saw you for a second on this documentary of Bettie Page. I was like, you have to tell me, like, how was her vibe, you know? And I remember she said that she was very protective of her image. Like, she wanted people to remember how she was. So she's real private, which you get that from this documentary. And she said that when they viewed that movie, The Notorious Bettie Page, which was the movie Hollywood made about her, that she was yelling lies, lies. And she said the same thing that guy said on the documentary Bettie Page did. And she was there. So that to me vouched that was a good documentary. And I was feeling so low when I watched it. So that's why I thought it'd be good for Danielle when she was in quarantine sickness that she would watch it.
Yeah,
But
I tried. My computer is all kinds of messed up, and it won't let me watch a DVD. So I have a DVD player that I haven't set up.
yeah, so I'm really curious. I mean, maybe we can watch it together at this point. I wanted to originally, but I thought because you were sick, like whatever, so we'll watch it.
Yeah,
It'll be
totally.
fine. So yeah, dude. It's been crazy over here. We're just two Martinez's trying our best.
Yeah, dude.
And I don't know, going back to Stacey Burke. I recently watched one of Stacey, she has a YouTube channel. Check it out, Stacey Burke on YouTube. She did a video and it was titled MIA, what was it? Like something like MIA over and overwhelmed or something like that. So I was doing some cardio and I watched it, and it was so crazy because when I was watching it, she was not in a good place. And I related quickly, which is my whole friendship with Stacey, was relating to her. And when she's like trying to share what she's going through, I just felt, I know what she means, especially the kind of work we do. And not only that, I have mad respect for Stacey because she's somebody that could have used the fact that she was a Hugh Hefner girlfriend back in the day, and she could have went down a different route that she wouldn't have to worry about money. But she didn't. She went the old school route, I'm gonna take care of myself route. And she does fetish modeling. She has her OnlyFans. She works at a strawberry farm 6 days a week for 10 hours. And then she has her own laundry business where she does laundry delivery for people. It's a lot. And she has one day off. And on the video, it was her one day off. And she was just like, it seemed like she was about to cry many times. And she was just like, this is my only day off, so I don't want to go to the store and go grocery shop. I don't want to run errands. I don't want to clean the whole house. I feel so overwhelmed. I just want to sleep because I'm tired. I'm working 10-hour shifts and then doing my laundry service and then trying to keep up with my OnlyFans and blah, 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 and all this. And I really felt for her. And another thing that she had mentioned was like, she felt like she didn't really have time for herself. And even though, I was telling Danielle this earlier, even though I have my struggles, even though I go through it and I'm going through it, something that I didn't realize till I watched Stacey's video, that's a complete luxury, is sometimes it's really rough and it puts me in a dark place that I could sit with myself and have time to myself to figure my life out. There's people like Stacey, there's people like Danielle who work so hard, and it takes away from them being the creative person that they are. It takes away from them working on themselves, being better versions of themselves. It takes away from things that they love. And it really threw me in check in the sense of like, yeah, I'm going through it, but man, like, I have certain freedoms that a lot of people don't have. And because of those freedoms, I am able to sit and meditate and learn and grow and have conversations to where I can get there. But people like Danielle and Stacey don't.
Well, work in progress. But yeah, it's hard, to make that time for that space.
Well, something that she said, and it made me think about you, was, and she looked like she was holding back tears. She goes, I have video ideas I want to do. I have costumes I want to do shoots in. And then she even said, I always see these models, on Instagram, and it's like outfit of the day, and it's like really cute, and they're done up. She's like, But my outfit of the day, yeah, I try to make it look cute, but I have to be comfortable for my work. So it has to be leggings and this. She's like, I want to wear heels and I want to get done up and, whatever. She's like, but, and then this is when she was just like this. She was like, and I related. And then she just like took a breath and looked up. She's like, there's just not enough hours in the day. And I was like, man. And my heart not only went out to her, but it made me just look at your situation and how your work takes so much of your, not just life, but your soul.
Oh, yeah.
And being a person on the outside watching this going on for 2 years, it's really hard. It's really hard to watch you go through this, but I know you have to. I know that's what you're just supposed to do right now. But man, I'm really praying for you. Get through this.
Well, hopefully I'll get a new job soon. That's less demanding.
Here's hoping. Here's
It's
hoping.
gonna happen. It's
It
just
will.
a matter of time.
It's just a question of time.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we don't have official Thirsty Thursday, even though I said the whole thing about the vampire vodka. We're gonna be back next week. It's gonna be a super short episode this week, and we'll have our SH together. I know I say that every time, but now we have an extra day.
Yay!
Because next week is your Monday day.
Yeah, it's my Monday.
Oh yeah. See that? And you were even saying, Danielle, I think it was in the car. You feel like every time you start to get in momentum with me and shooting, this happens too.
Yeah, I just get pulled away from some job that I'm not going to even like be in a career with. It's just like paying bills.
Exactly. Well, why don't you spend a few minutes just talking to these people real quick? I have a surprise for you. I just gotta go get it.
Oh, I like surprises.
So
okay.
talk about whatever you want. BRB.
All right. Just you and me. Okay, and I am very pale right now. Speaking of not having much time for yourself, I haven't had time to tan, but tonight, as tired as I am going to tan myself. Get a nice little bronze on. Hope you guys are doing great. I'm looking forward to being more consistent. I've been working, I have a life coach and a therapist, and I'm just working on trying to manage my time, set boundaries with work, and just kind of figure things out so I can get all the things done that I need to do and what fulfills me. So I will definitely be sharing this journey with you because I think we all need help. And honestly, I have never been in a position where I've had like a team of people just helping me, just like for my life. And sometimes we just need that, and I'm just gonna share what they say. Like, I'm not trying to give anyone advice. I'm just passing along the information. So, it's not gonna be too preachy, and hopefully you'll see the progress and it can inspire you. It's a big commitment to work on yourself and have to go above and beyond, especially when you're like, oh, I'm barely just surviving right now. So, on that note, do you guys remember last year? I was talking to Shelly about this. Last year at this time, things were like, oh my gosh, is the world going to shut down? Things are never going to be normal again. And it was scary. Toilet paper was running out of stock. And now look at us now. I mean, I don't know where exactly you guys all are located and what the regulations are, but as far as us in LA, things are starting to get a little bit more lenient. That's why me and Shelly were able to go out and have a nice lunch. And there's a lot of people out. They all had masks on, but when you're sitting at a table, you don't have to. So, yeah, I mean, thank goodness. It was so freaking scary last year at this time. Like, everything was still pretty fresh. I feel like everything kind of hit in March. Now we're in April, and it's like, yeah. Remember, I would try to go to Trader Joe's, and if I went there too late, then, oh well, look, there's nothing left. Yay! I was just talking about how when we were at sushi, and I was saying how, remember last year at this time, because I feel like COVID really hit in March.
Yeah.
We had a little bit of February. People had their Valentine's Day, and then it was March, and then once April hit, like they were still running out of toilet paper. Or going to Trader Joe's and there's no fish. Like people were hoarding and freaking out. Like I remember going to grocery stores and people would, like a family, they would have mini carts just full of things.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what else is crazy?
Huh.
We're here. It's the VOC Nation. One of our starts with podcasts over 10 years ago now. And unbeknownst to a lot of you guys, there were times where, you know, Danielle would be in her room and we'd broadcast from different rooms because that's when she'd call in so we can get a good mic on her and everything. And we would take shots.
Yes, we would.
Smell it.
Oh, shut up. Is this what I think it is?
We would take shots of absinthe before starting the show. So
oh my goodness, that's a journey. That's
came
an
into
experience.
some. I only poured us. I didn't pour us full shots because we did have that vampire vodka.
Yeah.
I poured less in mine because I had a shot and a half already. But I didn't even plan to drink today. I wasn't really drinking this week because I have a shoot on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
But when we went out to sushi, I was like, you know what? Like, it's just the girls. Like,
It was
whatever.
The fabulous gals.
And, you know, it's Shelly Live here on VOC Nation. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
But after this, I'm done. Probably gonna get really tipsy off of it and then go to sleep. So.
Hey, there you go.
No, that's not good because I need to get this up so it's in the morning.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, cheers.
To VOC Nation.
VOC Nation. Woo! Oh, it's okay. I got my water. This is that licorice taste. I can't remember the last time I had absinthe.
Ew, this ankle. Look at it.
What?
The way I look. It's like the booze cruise all over again.
Oh.
Look, I'm really not that big.
Oh,
It's
the
angle.
widescreen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? All right, you guys. Well, oh my gosh, it's not even 30 minutes yet. Oh, we gotta kill some more time. We can't just not give them at least 30 minutes.
Yeah, so
Ugh, that absinthe.
I know. We've had some moments where we're like, okay, we're going to go out for the night. Let's take a shot of absinthe and see what happens. And I remember when we would do the podcasting and we call in, it's like, okay, let's get ready. And then the countdown begins. Like, okay, all right. And then we start the show and then we both take the shot and we're just like, whoa.
Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, dude.
There's been a couple times I've run into some absinthe at places, and when I see it, I always try to get it. Very rare, though. Very, very rare. And there's this really cool liquor store that's not too far away. I mean, it's not like walking distance or anything like that. But when you drive, I mean, it's like 10 minutes. And not only they have really good prices, I got to take you there. That's where I get the vampire vodka. The way I even discovered it was the vampire wines that we did the reviews on Wine Wednesdays. I was on their site trying to find if there was any, like, they had a store locator or whatever. And that's when I discovered that they listed the vodka. And so when I couldn't find a store locator for the wine, I found one for the vodka. And that's when I saw the one that was like 10 minutes away. And that liquor store, first of all, they're all about Minnie being there. They love her there. So
Yeah.
I can take her there. And they have so many different wines and spirits there that they have from different countries. Oh, Schultz. It tastes like absinthe, and then they gave me immediate goosebumps.
Oh.
So, really cool. It's like, oh my gosh, like there's just so many things I've never even seen before. Bottles, like specifically foreign bottles. Like there's like a lot of bottles of like tequila from Mexico, and they're like all painted and gorgeous, and it's like 100 or plus for the bottle because like it's like almost like a fancy vase. It's so cool. But then they have like things that are very, very affordable, or even if you're on a budget, and they have the cheap ass shit too. And so it's like they have so much. They have a very fancy wine cellar you can go in if like these wines aren't good enough for you and you're just like snobby and you need those whatever, or it's a special occasion. You walk into that wine cellar And what I thought was so cool, they have the like big champagnes there.
Oh.
And you would think like, oh, whatever, that's like a lot. But for a few $100s, and you think about how many people that, like, if you're having a party or like a wedding or something celebratory where there's like a group of people, like it wasn't even that bad of a price.
Yeah, when
So-
you take that into account, yeah.
It is so awesome, this place. And that's where I saw they had, I think, 4 different absinthes there. And then this one and one other one, it was between the two. And the other one that I was trying to choose of, it was whenever we go to Bevmo and we get the like single ones, it was that brand.
Oh, yeah, it's.
I forget the name, but
I could totally picture
yeah.
it.
And so I opted to the one I ended up getting because of the bottle. It was really beautiful. I should have brought it in, but it's a really beautiful bottle. It's like glass, and it has like a square top, like the glass that you put down, almost like a brandy or would have, or Old Man River Scotch or something like that. It's really cute.
So it's like a full bottle.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm so used to, most of the times I have absinthe, it's like in shots.
Yeah, the single.
Yeah, single
from
serving.
Bevmo. Shout out Bevmo.
I know. I'm a Bevmo card holder.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean.
Me too.
They have Butchcraft there. Butchcraft has been making its way in a lot of places.
Oh, that's what it was. The last time we did Shelly Live, we said we were going to try to get that Mike's Hard Seltzer.
Oh, that's right. I'm sure we can get it.
We'll get it next week. Next week
liquor store.
We'll get it next week. But
yeah, I know for absinthe too. I know that some people like the cocktails of it. I'm like, oh,
with the sugar and everything.
Yeah,
it's too much for me.
I just, even when I was more into sweeter stuff, I just can't. I just be done.
What's a mountain of sugar? Yeah, that's how I feel. Just let me do the shot. Let me be. And here's the thing: the first time I ever did absinthe, I didn't even know it was a thing. I was in Nottingham, England. I was with WWE, and I remember Kevin Thorne was like, "You have to take the shot. It's a whole thing." And that's when I saw them do it proper, putting it on fire and everything. And I took it. And here's the thing: I'm not saying black licorice is my favorite, but I enjoy it in small doses, like Good and Plenty's. You know, I like that. Maybe a black. Is it a black vine? If red vines are red vines, but you know, the red vine version of the black licorice, I could take 1 or 2 vines. I'm good. But so I was fine with it, and but it was very sweet, and I loved it so much that what happens? I don't know if it's the same. I pretty much think it is when you're in WWE and you do the overseas tour. When you come back, it's always right before WrestleMania. So you go overseas, and then the end of the tour, you end it in Mexico, and then after that, you go home for a little bit extra, and then you go back, and then it's the build up to WrestleMania. So I fell in love with the absinthe. How it made me feel that towards the end of the tour, when we were in Mexico, I remember Kevin Thorne was with me and Elijah Burke and all the other divas, and we went shopping. Oh, and it's Scott Armstrong, the referee. Shout out. And we went shopping, and Kevin and I found some absinthe. And what we were doing is we had somebody arranged for somebody to drive us around in this van to where we needed to go. And me and Kevin were in the back of the van just taking swigs of the absinthe.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a fun time.
It was. I loved it. And when was it? Oh, I took a shot of this absinthe that we just got the other night. I don't know where you were. You were having your little friend date somewhere. And so I had the shot of the absinthe. And if you guys remember, if you follow me on social media, I had posted on Twitter that I kept burping up absinthe, and that and I paid props to Kevin Thorne saying, he's my absinthe buddy, da da da. And so from every single time I drink absinthe, I always think of Kevin at the very beginning, and then I think about Blog Talk Radio. Aww. But I always think about Lil first. My little vamp.
Your little memory.
Little vamp. All right, on that note, we're going to get the hell out of here. It's late. You know, I got to get this up. It's a lot, but we're just, like I said, 2 martinis is trying our best, damn it. But we'll be back next week on VOC Nation, same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know about the time, but same bat channel. And thank you guys so much for sticking it out with us. We're just trying to figure it out. And next week we will have another awesome show. And hopefully we'll do a Thirsty Thursday on
Yes.
Mike's Hard Lemonade spiked. Or no, seltzer.
Yeah, seltzer.
Seltzer.
Yeah.
It's Mike's Hard because here's the thing. Back in the day, I loved Mike's Hard Lemonade. So that's not the question. The question is the seltzer, the hard water. if you
Yeah,
will.
it
Like,
hopefully
I
doesn't
wanna know.
taste too yeasty. Sometimes it tastes kind of like beer, and we don't like that.
Yeasty?
Yeah.
You don't want to get yeasty. Exactly. But I feel like because I did like Mike's Hard Lemonade before and Zima's and Smirnoff Ices,
Oh gosh.
they
yeah.
didn't have that yeasty taste. So I feel like when
Or
they put-
hoppy, maybe. I don't know.
or
what it's
hoppy,
called.
yeah. So I feel like that I trust when any of those companies do a hard water because their alcoholic beverage already doesn't have that taste to it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah. Like I was all excited when I first started seeing the Corona ones when they first came out. And then when I tasted, I was like, this tastes like beer. So this is for people who already like Corona, but they don't want the beer calories and all that. So this like the switch out, which is fine. I get it, but I don't like beer. Never have, never will.
Very
Sorry.
distinct taste.
Very. All right. Well, we'll catch you guys later. I'm Shelly from Cali. She's Danny, California. And I just said we'll catch you guys later, but guess what? We'll also be smelling you later. Adios.
Toodles.